Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to a bit of an impromptu paint session today. I am going to be continuing with my Christmas ornament series. And last night I had actually done 2 ornaments in purple. And so completely different, you know, outside of the Christmas colors. And I liked it so much I wanted to do another one today. Today, I am going to go with something even a little bit farther outside Christmas colors, perhaps. I'm going to start with magenta, not too terribly crazy, right? But then I'm going to add mint and mermaid. All right, so I am going to go mermaid today. All right, and then I'll add some white as well. Now, I haven't actually set up my paint palette and done my mixing yet. That's okay. I'm gonna get that set up now. Now, because I'm working on acrylic, if you're popping in to join me for the first time, the one thing that I do use is this, the glass medium. I do not actually seal in any other shape or form these acrylic ornaments once they are completed. I am just going to add just a little dollop. There we go. Each of my paint wells. Okay. All right, I'll get that put away, and then let me get my colors in. Give everything a good shake. As far as what we're going to do today, the design, honestly, I don't have a true pattern in mind, but I do have at least one element that I really did want to add in today. And that's pretty much how I roll. I hardly ever have a pattern pre-established unless I'm going to be doing something like my recent video, my paint along with the snowman. That one was preconceived. That one was pre-done. But for the rest, yeah, I just kind of pick an element, pick some colors, and then just kind of go. And sometimes it works, and honestly, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, the ones that don't work teach you a lot. So even though in a way it does kind of bother me, I don't necessarily like doing it this way. Kind of makes me itch that I don't have a pattern a lot of times because I get a little bit afraid of screwing something up. But as long as I've been doing this, I've learned so much from my own mistakes that I'm learning to embrace it a little bit more each and every time. The other thing that I've learned is that not everything that I do that I believe is a mistake or that I believe looks terrible, others believe is a mistake or looks terrible. So, all right. As you can see, this particular medium isn't very prone to bubbles. Okay. Just getting that well mixed. Next to me here, I've got just an old washcloth that is wet inside a little Tupperware dish. I just use that to wipe off my tools each and every time after. Okay. All right, I think I've got all of that mixed well enough. Okay, now then. I have gotten these laid down and kind of taped, and I've also got them taped down to my actual turntable here to make sure it's a little easier for me and I don't bump something. The tools that I've got only range up to a size 6 today. They are flat-headed. I'm going to go ahead and start, I think, with the mermaid tail, and I'm going to start with a 6. I'm going to flip these ornaments upside down. Let me see where I want this dot. I was thinking about placing it maybe just even a little farther off center, but now let's just stick with the usual. Okay. Gonna make that a little heavier. Same with that one. There we are. Beautiful place to start. I'm gonna go straight into a 1. And let's kind of just work around. Let's go right into the mint. And I'll get a ring around this first dot. And we'll just continue to work out from here. Is 1. Let's get number 2 in. Personally, I feel like I've got a little bit of a glare over here, so I apologize. I'm going to move this around just a little bit. I might block a little bit of your view as I work around this one. Just want to make sure that I can actually see what I'm doing. All right, get my tools wiped off each and every time afterwards. Keep those nice and clean. And then I'm going to go up to a 2. Now let's get some brighter color in here, huh? With this one today, I am not going to go all the way around. I am going to leave the gap on the tip. So the little hanger piece of the ornament is not going to have anything on it. Actually turn it this way. And I think let's do one more row. Go into the 3. Now I do have white in my palette, but I don't think I want to use that quite yet. This top section is going to be nice and dark. Then we'll add in white, and once I am done with all of this, of course, as usual, it's going to be top dotted with a beautiful metallic. Haven't decided yet which metallic I actually want to use yet. I actually do have the rose gold that might work today. I also have a berry that matches really, really beautifully with the magenta that I'm using. So I might do that one. Oh, Australia. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy to have you. There we are. Hopefully the weather is holding out for you bright and early. There we go. All right, so now we've got the first rows in. Stop and take a drink of water, excuse me. Don't want to be coughing over here this morning. All right, so now that we've got this first one, I want to stop a moment and think. The one piece of design that I have in mind, I'm going to place here. So I do want something to kind of fill in this next little gap, and I suppose we can go ahead and do one more row. Why don't we get a nice bright white in here now? I think that'll fill in that space just perfectly as a 4. And this will act kind of as a nice little separator too. Oh, that's perfect. Yep, it's nice when the weather cooperates no matter where we are. I'm here in the US. Let me get this last dot overhanging over here. Actually, we've got, we don't expect a white Christmas this year. I'm here in Colorado. I really wish we would, but we've been in the 50s, 50 Fahrenheit. So it's gorgeous. It's really nice weather. I was actually out with the dog just a little bit earlier. Kids running around. I mean, it's it doesn't feel like it's that close to Christmas, at least for us. But the weather's nice. Really, really nice. Beautiful sunshine. I even had the back door hanging open this morning as I was making some treats for Christmas. Every year I make haystacks, kind of my own little personal tradition. And yeah, just hanging out in the kitchen, curtains wide open, sun shining in, back door open, dog flopping on the deck. Yep, fantastic. Really, really beautiful. Like I said, I'm used to snow. I would love to have a white Christmas, but you know what? We're going to enjoy this weather. Next, what I want to do now is get my main element in here. Let's think here, just a quick moment. I probably do want at least a little center dot, just to kind of give myself an idea where we're going to end this. Let's go maybe a 2. And what color do we want? You know what? I'm thinking I really want to use my mint. And so let's get the center. Let's make it this. So I'm going to eyeball, give or take, where the center is. Oops. All right. May not be exact between the two, but fine. All right, now I'm going to take my larger, now, well, you know what, I probably don't want to use a 6. I was thinking let's just go big, but you know what, I might not have quite enough room. There we go. I keep overestimating the amount of room that I actually have. A 4 is going to be perfect. Okay, so we're going to make some kind of flowery type shapes. So what I'm going to do, let's get into my mint. Oh, got a tool stuck over there. All right. Let's get this over here. Oh, wow, Linda, you went, oh, Canada with a white Christmas? Oh my gosh, you know what, up there, up north, oh, that's gotta be beautiful for Christmas. That, yeah, absolutely a bucket item. I would love to go there too. Now, as far as haystacks are concerned, as I make this design here, I'll tell you what those are. So haystacks, you take butterscotch chips. Instead of chocolate chips, you take butterscotch chips, mix them with peanut butter, melt them down over a bain-marie, and then mix in chow mein noodles. Yeah, I know, that sounds weird. Some chow mein noodles. Let that cool just ever so slightly. And then once they're cool, you mix in mini marshmallows and then spoon those out on the counter, you know, on some tin foil or whatever. Let them cool, stick them in the refrigerator, let them harden up again. Oh, so good. So good. Super, super easy to make. Really nice little treat to do with the kids. Okay. That one a little too close. Gonna grab a Q-tip here real quick. A little baggie. Okay, I'll let that spot dry as I drag this out here. Yeah, that's better. Move that back just slightly. You know, I have never, you've made them with chocolate. I bet they're delicious with chocolate. I've made them so many years. I mean, I started making these back when I was in high school. And I've had people tell me, why don't you make them with chocolate? Like maybe with dark chocolate, or when people were trying to guess what the actual noodles were, they thought and always have suggested to me to make them with pretzel sticks instead of the chow mein noodles, because nobody could ever guess what they were. And yeah, I thought, yeah, one of these days I am going to make them with pretzel sticks, the little thin ones. I thought that would be really great. Still haven't done it though. Every year I think about doing it. I'm like, gosh, I really want the original ones though. Kind of like them just a little too much. Okay. I know this has taken me forever to do these, but I love this part. Okay. So again, all I'm doing is starting with a traditional swoosh. And then just continuing to make a point, triangle up here, and pull that through. Okay. All right. So there we go. There's that. Now we're going to try to duplicate that on this side. And of course, they're not going to be exactly the same. I hope they're not. Anyways. I'm not that good. Maybe I don't want to be. Okay. Just kind of taking a peek at the other one, sort of see where it ended up. So I kind of have it correct. Let's see. I think that's about the right position. Yeah. After I do this, you know what? Maybe I'll just put some standard swooshes sort of on the sides, and then we'll do some rows to finish that part off. Okay. Oh, gotta clean my tool off a little. Had a little extra paint on my tool there and it kind of decided to run away. It's okay. Now I've got one kind of fat leaf. And no, I'm not going to go back and fix it. You know, that's one of the joys of having things being handmade, you know. You can see that someone's hands touched it. If you make a little mistake, I mean, as long as it's not detrimental, as long as it's not going to screw up the symmetry of the piece or whatever, then I'm not too concerned with making sure it's corrected. There. Okay. So now we've got our two little petals, whatever these are. Okay. Get my tools cleaned off there. Now for this side, like I said, maybe we can do just some normal swooshes. Or you know what I could do is just some walk dots over here too. That might be nice. I have an idea. Let's see. Make sure these are a little more even. You know what? Did I stick my... I did. I must have stuck my hand or something in this dot right here. So let me fix that one real quick. Okay. So I'm going to take a 5. 5 looks like that's going to work just great. And let's go somewhere here-ish. As far as you missed the beginning, so you didn't get the prep. Yeah, actually, no. So these particular acrylic ornaments, they do come with the double layer of film. All I did was just take the film off. I actually do not prep them in any other way. But what I do, just so that they do not have to be sealed, is I use glass medium. Let me grab this for you real quick. I use the Liquitex glass medium. So that way I don't have to seal them. I just drop a little bit of that in the paint well prior to. Once that dries and sits, yeah, you will not have to worry about it coming off. You don't have to cure them. If you use like a glass, you don't have to cure them with that, but you absolutely can. And it just, oh, I love that stuff. I don't know if you've ever used it, but I love the glass medium. I will promote it forever and ever and ever. Okay, all right, so there's those. Okay. The only other thing that I would mention is that with these, I also do the acrylic bookmarks. And the only other thing that I can say as far as any prep or care with these is the paint itself is not really going to be in any sort of danger of like flaking off, for example, you know, peeling, chipping, cracking. But especially if these are going to be used like traditional Christmas ornaments and you're just going to go throw them in storage for a year, I certainly would make sure to wrap them up in something like tissue paper or something to that effect. Just to make sure that, because the acrylic itself can scratch. I mean, the paint's not going to come off, but they're still just acrylic. Just make sure that you wrap them up really nicely, you know, so they don't get scratched and messed. I mean, worst case scenario, if these actually do stay laid out and they do maybe get dust on them or they gather dust, that's still fine, because keep in mind that this glass medium is made for that kind of stuff. And you could actually just dunk these in some water and rinse them off. I've done a couple of ceramic cups with the same glass medium and just the Decor multi-surface. And I've actually washed them. Technically, they're supposed to be top rack dishwasher safe. I don't go that far. I never, ever dishwasher wash anything that I've painted. But I have hand washed them in, you know, regular soapy water. Don't soak it, but you could throw them in. That's perfectly fine. Yep. Do you add it to the paint? Yes. So all I do is take just a dot of it into the paint well itself and then mix it with the paint. That's all. Yeah, I don't pre-mix anything, but just one drop is all I used for one drop at each well. Yeah, yeah. And actually you can see this here. This one's actually starting to separate just a little bit because I probably didn't get the edges really well. And this particular medium is not really prone to bubbles either. There are some paints, like apple barrel paints, that I've used with this particular medium and they don't do so well. but the combination of the Decor Americana and the Liquitex glass medium is just beautiful. So, okay. I'm doing a 1-5 here. Okay. All right, let me. Now that I've got the 1.5 in, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with the 1.5 for a second. I'm going to do a couple of dots around the edge here. And then I'll drop down into maybe a 0.5. And finish the walk around these, so. Oh, you do have it coming though? Oh, good. Yeah. That sucks that you're going to miss Christmas for it, but let me tell you, you'll probably have it for Christmas next year. Since you don't use a whole lot of it, I've actually had that one bottle for, let's see, when did I buy that? It's been at least a year and a half. And like I said, I use it all the time. My favorite surfaces to paint on are the glass and the acrylic, anything smooth like that. So I use it all the time, and it's not even half gone, and it's been a year and a half. So maybe not this Christmas, but like I said, I guarantee you'll still have it. Okay, let's do, yeah, I think a 1 will be fine. Okay, and I'm going to pick up the rest of these with the 1. Flip us around here again. And I do have enough room. I'm going to go ahead and do, well, should I do a second round? Yeah, but let's make that a little sharper. Let's not make that so rounded this time. So that was a 1.5. You know what? I'm going to push it on the edge here, though. It's a little close on that one side. We can do it. Yeah, we can still try it. I think I'll have just enough room. Okay, so I'm even going to go up to a 3. I want to make this just a little more dramatically pointed. Okay. Where do I put the actual ornaments themselves, you mean, Cynthia? What do I do with them? Let me get that wiped off here. Or where do you get them? I actually, these ones, this was Michael's. I ran into these in the, like in the clearance. I think it was like the little end cap at Michael's on clearance. It was actually, it was close to Thanksgiving. I think it was around the time of Thanksgiving when I found these, and they were already on clearance at that point. And I know that some people have mentioned already that they still have them, and they're like more than half off now. So yeah, I have acrylic bookmarks that I ended up getting off of Amazon, but these ones themselves were Michael's. I just went into a 2 here. Let's get right around the edges. I know that these are available on Amazon too if you're not in the States. Look at that. That just fit. Let's move down to a 1 and we'll finish these ones. All right, just about landed my hand completely in there. All right, let me wipe that off. There. Let's try that one more time, huh? Okay. Really, there's nothing quite like that in Australia as far as Michael's is concerned? Oh wow, yeah. No, absolutely. I could probably so you're actually gonna have to take a vacation to come to the US. Make sure that you bring a suitcase with you that is empty so that you can go shopping and then bring it all back with you, right? Sounds like a plan to me. I don't know. Yeah, I could, between Michael's and Joann's, I could spend weeks in there. Yeah. I've taken my daughter there a couple of times too. Oh my. And she usually sticks to the kids kind of arts section, you know, where they have all the beads and the little toys and things. She hasn't even figured out that there's a whole other craft section. Like the whole store is just, I don't know. She hasn't figured it out yet. I really love that she's interested and I really want to show her the rest of the store, but then I'm afraid my bank account might not survive it. So it's one of those things. All right, so now I've got these 2. I want to fill in this, and I think maybe let's just put some traditional swooshes here. Okay, let's go back into our mint. Now, I always use the double tool method just because I'm using a flat-headed tool. You definitely don't have to do that. Let's see. Yeah, let's bring it here. Okay. I just love the way on acrylic and glass, the swooshes, they just glide. It's like butter. I love it. I love it. If you have problems doing swooshes, I swear to God, this is the way to start. The video that I made, the guide to swooshes is done on glass, and it's just, it changed my life. I couldn't do swooshes for the life of me. They were so intimidating. I hated it, and I just didn't even want to do it. I avoided them for the longest time until I figured out glass. That's a 2.5. Okay. So far, we're doing okay here. Yeah, I definitely don't know if this is going to remind me of Christmas, but it's still pretty. Love the colors. Okay. And I have a smidge of space here at the end, so let's go ahead and put dot there. Just make sure that we don't end up with any leftover empty space. Okay, there. Now we want to focus on this edge here. Now I want to get this bottom filled up. The ratio to the paint with the glass medium. So the wells here that I fill, I actually just use 1 good drop of the glass medium. I don't really have a set ratio. I just kind of do it sort of by eye, but just 1 good drop in the bottom. And then I will fill the well, as you can see here, not even quite half full. Okay. So what we want to do, so I think that was a 4. Now, I'm going to tell you, for me personally, anyways, and I doubt I'm alone in this part, trying to do rounded lines, these circular lines, is just the bane of my existence. I can't do them for the life of me. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to say I'm going to cheat, because this is not cheating. Okay, I'm going to readjust just a little. Get my little tape here. It's kind of stuck to me. Not supposed to be stuck to me. Okay. All right, that looks good. That's better. Okay. So I am going to do some more circles to finish this off, but I do want this guideline to follow, because for the life of me, if I were to try to do that by hand, yeah, no. Yeah. No, I did add the medium right at the beginning. I do that for most of my videos. I try to add the medium and mix the paint right at the beginning. So if you do want to go back, you certainly can. As far as the live video is concerned, you can also just pause at this point if you would like. Go back to the beginning and then come back to this spot, or pick kind of where you left off later. That actually does work. Okay, and I'm going back in right now because you might be able to see if I leave the medium a little bit too long, sometimes it starts to separate a bit. It's not really a problem, but I'll go ahead and just re-stir these here. The glass medium, one thing I will say though, is that unlike, for example, like a gloss medium or a pouring medium or something like that, this does not do, how do I want to put this? You probably wouldn't want to replace glass medium with something like a pouring medium or a gloss medium. It will give you a pretty glossy effect on it, but in the same way, it doesn't keep your paint from drying out. It isn't a super great thinner, right? So it really just enhances the paint's ability to stick to the surface. It's not going to thin your paint out a lot. That's why, again, you're not going to have to deal with a whole bunch of bubbles. So hopefully that answers that question too. It's not a replacement. However, I actually do have I do have paint, like apple barrel paints, that I have used that are not top quality. Okay, let's be honest. And they'll start clumping. And they'll get stringy. They're extremely temperamental when it comes to temperature. And I have mixed both the glass medium and a gloss medium into those paints just to see what would happen. Like, I really hate wasting it. I know that the paint is not great quality, but I still don't want to throw it out. I'd still like to use it. I still have some colors that I can't find an exact match for in Decor, even though I know they're both owned by Plaid. So I've mixed the two mediums and it did come out. It didn't cause any problems. Not going to say that I recommend it, because I have not yet done the research, the hard research to say that it's going to stay beautiful, that it's not in the long run going to crack or something. So don't take what I'm saying as a testimony to it's fine forever, but I've done it. So, all right, I'm gonna, let's see. Probably want to move this one just a little as well. Now this is a 3.5, by the way, that I'm using. Okay. I'm going to pull this just a little. Okay. All right, and same thing, I'm just going to slightly adjust so that I have that row where I want it. Yeah. Let's go back to my 3.5. And I am starting in the middle instead of on the edges, just to make sure, like with these, any of the dots that kind of need to drop off the edge look a lot better than if you try to squeeze something in the middle. Okay. I'm going to try not to block your view too much. Okay. Quote unquote fix this one over here. There. Here we go. Now again, that was a 3.5. Okay. I don't necessarily want to go larger than that, so let's just go to a 3. Let's go to the white. Let's get a line in here. Okay. Let that one fall right off the end. I'm trying to kind of keep these in between the previous ones. Okay. So you've got that one now. Since I'm just doing this kind of repetitive stuff right now, if you do run into any other questions, feel free to drop them in. If you think of something also after the fact, I mentioned in my session last night, we have actually opened, my gracious husband, has helped set up a Discord server. If you're familiar enough with Discord and comfortable, the link is in the description of the comments. So hop over there, start to chat. If anybody is actually following along and doing the same pattern, I would love to see how you guys do it. I would absolutely love to see someone else's interpretation of the same thing. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see. So drop a photo over there. Ask any questions if you run into any. I've got a ton of different stuff going on over there, and it's just kind of starting up, kind of ramping up. So don't be afraid if it's a little bit quiet at the moment. I've got a lot of stuff planned at them. And if you're not familiar, don't know what's going on, that's not a problem, because the other project that I have here is I am going to be creating a video to help anyone who wants to be on Discord and maybe is just unfamiliar. I am actually going to create a video on how to get over there, get an account set up if you wanted to, how to chat, what to do, where to go. So hopefully that helps. Okay, I'm in a 4. So I went back up a size. Okay. And just fill out the bottom here. This one is always harder. It's kind of a weird angle. I'm so sorry. I know you're seeing my hand. So let me try to move around a little. Yep. Absolutely, I will. Yep. I think, especially if you've never heard of or used Discord before, it's got to be intimidating. I mean, it was intimidating for me, and I'm pretty tech savvy. So I totally get it. And I want people to be a part of the conversation. I want people to have the access to come and just say hello, or, oh crap, I messed up. What do I do? Hey, I have a question. I'm in the middle of a project. I like the ability and I like the option for people to just jump in and say, hey, what's going on? Get an answer right away. But I did not like Facebook chat because Facebook chat, I opened it up for my group and I spent more time deleting posts from stupid spam and robots and stuff than I did actually chatting with anybody. So I shut that down. No, that's not going to happen ever again. That was just too much. But Discord is completely the opposite. I can control exactly who is in there, what they say. So yes. That would be great. So now I think we're done here. What I'm going to do, I want to get a few dots laid in. Okay, let me show you guys because I'll let you make the choice. Whoops. Okay, so for top dots, I have what I think could look fine. We've got a champagne gold, which is a very bright gold. I have something, I have the berry, which is very, very similar to the magenta when it's put down. I have rose gold, but I don't know that that's gonna, Nope. I have a dark zinc, which is just a real nice dark silver. And last but not least, actually the only one that I don't have that's not Deco Art Americana is this bright silver. It's almost a pearl silver. So again, gold, berry, zinc, or silver. What do you guys think? I'll give it a second and see if anybody has any suggestions on that. I'm going to let this dry a little bit as we sit here. Whatever you do, don't ruin your piece by being impatient with top dots. Do not, do not, do not. I have done that a couple of times. I've just gotten far too impatient, started putting top dots on, realized the top dot didn't go on properly. It wasn't a proper circle. It looked just like a slanty, stupid glob. And then, because you think you're smart, you try to get a Q-tip and you try to wipe it off. And then you mess up not only the top, but you mess up the stuff on the bottom. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. While I'm at it, no matter what color I choose for the top, again, if you guys have got an opinion, here's your chance. Champagne gold, berry, zinc, or silver. I'll show you exactly how much glass medium I use. Okay. All right, I'm going to sit that down for a second. So all I'm going to do, so that's about all I use. So just a big, nice, healthy drop in there. I'm kind of leaning towards gold or silver. I like the berry. I like the berry a lot, but it kind of blends in. And I think the zinc is going to be a little too dark. The gold will stand out beautifully, I think. Yeah, exactly. Top dotting until the next day. Yep, 100%. Yeah, if I can, I will wait until the next day. But how about gold, guys? I think, you know what? I think gold will work. I think. Okay. Got this little bubble that wants to come right out. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's far more than I know I'm going to need, but when I shook it, there was a little bit of a bubble, so it kind of just came out. This is my favorite gold. The funny thing is too, on my videos, I do try to give everybody the name and then the code, the color code that Decor Americana uses on their website, so that if you want to buy the paint or have the paint and you want to follow along exactly, I put that out there. However, yeah, thank you. However, I don't find this on their website. I still have seen it in the stores, but maybe it's just that they don't sell it on the website anymore. Bummer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I've got the 0.5, so I'm going to do some micro dots to start. Yep, we are not going to sit and watch paint dry. Only for a moment while we made a decision. I cut all that stuff out of my videos. That's like the only thing that I cut out usually. Okay. Yeah. All right. And thanks, Carrie, for the comment too on the gold, because I agree. I was pretty dead set on doing silver when I first started, and I'm glad I didn't. Get that over there too. Okay. Okay. All the little spots. Oh, I missed the edge over here. Boop. Okay. All right, and can probably do one here. Yep. I like how this is turning out. One metallic color that I don't actually have that I absolutely need to get. I have another project coming up for this too. This mermaid, the mermaid tail, the dark teal that I've got here, and the sweet mint. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek about the next big project that's coming. I got my hands on these super thick, absolutely gorgeous milk bottles. They're decorative milk bottles. Like I said, they are gorgeous. They have the most beautiful shape. And I'm going to be doing these in this teal and mermaid kind of color. And the only metallic that I don't have right now is something that matches that teal. So I'm going to have to get something in that color. Oh, hey, were you spreading the word about our... Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Today I don't feel like I've gone a whole lot into depth. Wow, that doesn't sound like proper English. Can't talk today. All right. But I haven't done a whole lot of tutorial. Let me make 100% sure that everybody knows exactly how to do all of these elements. So my apologies. Today's been just kind of a hang out and go, but I have plenty, even the one from last night, where I quite literally walk through every single step of everything. So okay. This is not the most exciting part, sorry, but the little details make all the difference. These little micro dots, they really make things shine, I think. Yeah, and hopefully you can see them clear enough. I have actually, yeah, as far as the tutorial is concerned on the ones, yeah, I've tried that, and I don't know, I must be missing something. There's got to be maybe a little bit more to it than that. I've tried it and it did not come out. It did not come out the way I wanted it to. It didn't look proper. So maybe there is a secret. Maybe there's a specific paint type that works better than others. Okay. All right. Did I get them all? Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do though for the green, the mermaid tail green in this one, we are going to go up. And I think I did these, yeah, 2-5 is going to work perfect. And I am just going to do dots down here at the bottom. Okay, pull everything towards the center. I lean a lot towards doing the dots at the bottom of the dot below it. So when I top dot, I don't put it in the center. About 90% of the time, I do it down at the bottom. That just pulls your eye again towards the center. And as a beginner, I found out, maybe by accident, that they're much easier to do than trying to eyeball it and get them centered. And so, you know, it makes you feel a little bit better, a little bit more confident in your work when things don't have to be centered. So even if you screw it up, it doesn't seem so bad. Okay. Let's get some gold here in the center. I think we need to move up to a 3-5. Yeah. Yep, silvers. All right, we're gonna put that there. Okay. Now, do I want to do a swoosh there or not? Yeah, I think that looks better right now. Extra super light touch. Extra super light. Let's get on that side. Now, I also want to be able to do something here in the center and highlight that a little bit as well. I'll probably just do that in the dark color. Instead of the gold, unless you guys think that the gold would look better. Okay. All right, so do we want gold here, just like we did here, for example? I could do gold, or I could do that in this dark color. What do you think? I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to give people an opportunity to think on that for a second as well. I'm going to go back and do some micro dots. I see that I think I want to get them right under here as well. There's not a whole lot of room extra, but I'm going to do that. Between here. So what do we think? Gold or the dark teal? It's called mermaid tail. And that again is just for the accent on our little, what do we want to call that little flower? It almost is kind of poinsettia shaped, but whatever that is. Gold or teal. There. I can try a little bit of both. I can try a gold on one and a silver on the other and see what we think. Gold? Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thanks. Okay, let's go. I think 2.5. Let me look at a 2 here real quick. Let's go 2.5. Okay, let me get my other tool out. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly kind of shape that. Again, you just start with a normal swoosh if you missed this part, and then triangle on top. Swoosh and triangle. The camera doesn't do it justice, but it's so sparkly. That's why I love this gold. I certainly hope that they didn't discontinue it. If they did, I'm gonna have to go to Michael's and like buy one of those super large jars of it. Even though I have 3 other colors of gold, I never use them. This is my go-to. Okay, yeah, I like that. Thanks, guys. Ladies. All right. Yeah, so then once I do this, the only other thing that I can think to maybe touch on would be the white right here around the, let's call it the collar. I could do a top dot on that just to kind of make sure it doesn't stick out too badly. We could do gold on that one too. I don't have to do everything gold, but I certainly can. I've done that a lot. It's pretty. And last one. Do. One day I think I will invest in a sharper tool instead of just this one to do my swooshes with, but not yet. Not yet. Okay. Let's get a dot on these. I don't want to go overboard, but I feel like if I don't put a dot on it, these, they're going to be naked. We don't want any naked. Okay. All right, I'm going to go down to a 2. Let me wipe this off. Okay, and I'm going to do the same. Put a dot down at the bottom. And then the very, very last thing that we're going to do is put gold on the original center dot, and we're going to call it done. I've got 2 little ribbon hangers here that I'll throw on. Then I'll pull all of this guideline paper out from under here, and we'll take a look and see how they turned out. I think I've had a lot more fun today and yesterday doing these pieces that actually don't have the traditional Christmas colors. Probably far more than I did with the ones that did. Is that crazy? It's just sort of fun just to get to play around like that. And I think we're done. Okay, other than just the final touch here. All right, so little ribbons that came with it. I still think they're far too short, but whatever. Okay, so first things first, let me lift this up. Said it before, and some people have already commented and asked again if I've actually done this, but I have not. The way that these are, I don't want to flip it over. You can actually go ahead and paint the top dot portion on the other side so that you do have it on both sides. But I actually just addressed a comment this morning on one of the videos. And yeah, I don't really do that personally because, well, for one, I have far too many. I don't have these actually on my tree. And the ones that I have used for myself, I've put on my Christmas stockings. I've just looped the little string around the loop of the Christmas stocking that you hang it with, and it's a beautiful little decoration for that. You know what I'll do? Yeah, let me get the little string on it, on at least one of these, and then I can show you the back. Yeah, the back doesn't look bad at all. Okay, and the reason I say let me get this on first is just because that'll give another minute for the paint to dry, and I just really don't want to flip it over and accidentally have anything drip. Now the paint is not so thin as it should drip, but you know what? It's just, let's not screw it up right at the end. Okay, yeah, but I'll be happy to show you the back. Come back here. Okay, I'm just gonna knot that there. Okay, and let's flip it over. So that's the back. So like I said, once it dries completely, you can just add the gold or your whatever top dots to the sides here and it'll match. So yeah, not bad at all. Okay. There's that one. Yeah, so if any of you have stopped by and you're doing these, this is a series. I call it a series. This is number 6. Yeah, had to stop and think for a second. This is going to be number 6 in the series. All of them are in my holiday collection playlist. So if you've done this one or any of the others in the series, like I said, drop by Discord or drop by my Facebook page and throw me a comment. I want to see what people's look like. I want to see what you guys did with it. Maybe different colors, a little flip on the design. Maybe you did a different color top dot, something like that. That'll be cool. That would be cool. I mean, and these are such cool little gifts too. Okay, all right, so there we go. Oops, let's make sure that that ribbon doesn't disturb anything. All right, yeah, absolutely. Certainly hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for chatting along with me today. I said it last night again. It is so close to Christmas, but sometime this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, tomorrow or the next day, I may actually be back. I have one more set of ornaments that I do want to do, and I'd love to do that together with you guys. So I might be back for one more session before Christmas. So join me then, or I will catch you guys out on Facebook or on Discord. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment, or I will see you over on one of the other platforms. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Happy holidays. And if I don't catch you before then, Happy New Year's. Thank you, ladies. Take care.